What we're going to do is a quick drawing to give you depth perception. And I'm going to start with basically this piece of paper because we're doing a test right now. We may play the test or we may not, but I'm going to use the tracing paper, which is translucent. But I want to place this on top of this paper right now. And we're going to start off with a basic line. I'm going to run the line across. I'm going to be running this line in this manner. And I'm going to be doing a half circle like this. And I'm going to be doing a triangle, which would be like this. So this is what we start with, these three basic shapes. Now, when you look at that, you're looking at two dimension. You're looking east to west. This is like a curved line, but it's still east to west. And the last part here is just a V. That's part of going to be the third shape. Three basic shapes: the square, the round, and the triangle. So if we do the square, what we do is we just make parallel lines coming down, and this could be a rectangle as well. The half circle would become a full circle in this manner, and the triangle would come like this. Now it's in two dimension. When you start to look at this from a different point of view and you want to have perspective, you could pick any point across a line at the top here. I'm going to pick out something basically for each one of these going to be a little different. I want to put the square here at this point. So what I want to do is kind of head in that direction so that I just eyeball it like that. Keep this line and this line parallel and then bring this to here. Now you're starting to see three dimension here, but it's still in a two-dimensional version, but creating an illusion. There's the half round here, and then this was the triangle we will do in this manner like this. So we can see a little bit of the side view like this. Now, light source is always going to come from this direction. Now, I could take this and draw this in a way that I'm going to fold this paper over this, because the beauty of this, you can see through it. I don't want to lose my first image that I did. I want to keep it so that it's clean right now. Now I'm going to take, within that, I'm going to draw a box within the box, like this. And I'm going to draw a circle within a circle, like this. And I'm going to draw a triangle into a triangle like this. So now what you're starting to see is that almost going to three-dimensional. But what we're going to do is carry from this point down to here, come down, following the parallel lines on here, and this parallel line across. And now what you're starting to see is a hole through the square. The same thing with the round. You do carry your circle like this on the inside. Now you're starting to see a projection through the round. And here we're going to do the triangle, which is only one line. Here you're looking through all three of them. Here what I would like to try to do is to introduce the shading, as I mentioned before. It's going to be coming from the upper left. And this is going to be shaded in this manner, like this. Light coming from that source will create a shadow on that side. It'll create a shadow inside the box, like this. It could actually cast a little kind of faint shadow in here if you wanted to put it inside. So this is what you end up with on the square. I'm going to just follow these lines so that I keep them all the way around, like this. Now the round is the same thing. Light coming from the same source. Comes like this. This shadow starts to come up. Little space to give a little reflection of almost like a shiny metal, or and it creates a little more interest on the side. Could be just a hint of just a tiny bit of shadow here, but it's coming up and over. So we have this kind of an effect with this. I'm going to keep the round circle like this. Now here we're going to do the same thing. Shadow will come from here and start to fade out. At the bottom, strong at the top. And then here, shadow down the full length of the back side of the triangle, like this. Bring these lines in, like this. So now what we have is the full shape of the three-dimensional item in a two-dimensional drawing. So it gives you the depth that you want. There are other things that you can do with this as well, because you could make these any other shape. You could take this and make it, for instance, if I do an example, a small example would be if I did this, coming down like this, if I did making this an ellipse, kind of like this kind of an effect going around like this, and I made a triangle which would be very, very elongated like this. You could still do the same effect of piercing, drawing out the image the same way, coming in like this, but it's all projecting in the 2-point perspective, coming around like this, and the same with the triangle here. Would all work exactly the same way. And you have this coming in like that. So you could make these many different shapes, and also playing with them and turning them at different angles to see how the light reacts on them. When you're drawing and designing a jewelry, you try to lay out your design so that the design is made as clearly to understand as possible. If I were to say I wanted to add some circles, these little circles could be a circle of diamonds that are going around the outside of this piece, and then putting the prongs in between like this. Now this could be a simple bead that is worn on a chain or something. If you add a ring on the top here like this, and you make a bail like this. I'm drawing it at an oblique angle, and I normally don't draw this way, but I want to just demonstrate that a simple design could end up being like this. So you have the wire here, and you would end up with a chain possibly passing through this. So this would be hanging on the person, adding the little highlights into the stones like this. Prongs going all the way around. So you see this whole piece like this done very quickly. It gives you the effect of a piece of fine jewelry. Might be a little diamond gold piece that's just hanging on a simple chain. Any of these would work the same exact way. So when we started, we were here with just a simple shape. But in the end, we ended up with something that could be an actual piece of jewelry. This could also be done where it's got a piercing in between here, but we could go on and on and on. But I think that at this point, keeping it simple as the square, the round, and the triangle is the way to demonstrate this at this point. Thank you very much.